Alright, hi everybody. My name is Richard, and this is my 10-foot long fish tank. It's 30 inches tall, 24 inches deep. It's got a center overflow. A lot of people asking about this rock. So I'm going to go through the tank and the filtration system and show you what I've got and tell you a little bit about how I've got it going, and if you guys have any suggestions or whatever you think, let me know. But the tank has been sitting here running for about 6 years. First 2 years was salt water, and that's where all the rock came from. It was all live rock from Haiti. But after I tore down the salt water, I saved all the rock. I put it away. And then I went back to fresh water. And I was actually going to sell it, but I just kind of hung on to it. And then about, 8 months ago, I was starting to have a problem with my pH. One thing, probably because the tank is a little overloaded, possibly. A lot of the fish have just gotten huge as time has went on. But my pH kept getting these little drops. So I went ahead and put all this rock in here. And it's made my pH jump up to about 7.5. And I thought that was a little high, but doesn't seem to bother anybody. It's been like this for about 8 months or so. Everybody looks good. Everybody's eating good. I haven't had any ick, or I've had nothing. The tank has just been trucking along nicely. They get the occasional cut or scratch from stuff being kind of sharp, but it doesn't seem to bother anybody. They heal up fine. There's lots of nooks and crannies and caves and holes in it, so they actually like it. And sometimes you walk up here, you won't see any fish. You think, well, there's nothing in here, and they're all just tucked away in these caves. But these lights are on timers, and when they go off, the blue lights kick on, LED blue lights at night, and they really come out and roam around at night. But here's the filtration system. I've got a sump here where the water's coming out of the center overflow. It dumps into these filter socks. I got 2 of them, and they got to be changed every a couple times a week probably. Depends on how heavy I feed. I got the heater in there right now. It's cold here in Florida, so I got the heater in there. Most of the time I don't need the heater at all. And then I've got a float system, and I got more water coming in here from where we're feeding the planted tank. And then the one over there is coming from the tall filter system, full bio balls. So we got the sump. Got the water coming through. I got a dolphin pump with a 2-inch line pulling out of it. I got a clear canister here with a little pump inside the sump, and it pumps water through there, and that's full of carbon. And I buy carbon by the 50-pound bag, and I change it every couple months, usually once a month, I guess. And this 2-inch line wraps around, and it goes up around, goes the back, and then goes up into the tank. But on this 2-inch line, I got these coming off, these 3/4-inch lines coming off. I got one there, and one over there. And I've got 2 of the lines go over here to this, I guess you could call it it's a big acrylic 6-foot tall tower full of bio balls, about 50-gallon bio balls. Water dumps in the top. I got a plate up there full of holes, and it trickles down through the whole thing. And then that runs back and dumps into the planted tank, a 40-gallon planted tank, and there's some fish in there, little ones. And the lights are on this thing running usually around 16 hours a day. And then that one dumps back into the sump. And then I've got another 7-foot tall piece of PVC pipe. It's an 8-inch. You can actually see some of the snails that are crawling out of the top of it. They always kind of like a snail through the whole filter system. And that's got 15 gallons of bio balls, and it does the same. There's a plate up there full of hole, and it trickles down through the whole thing, and that one dumps back into the sump. So I got roughly 65 gallon of bio ball for the filtration system. I've got an RO system here that I ripped all the guts out, the membrane and everything, and I've just got it full of carbon. is behind this tank is a wall. There's a bathroom, so I've tied into the water line. So the water goes through the RO, gets the chlorine removed. And I go a line, it goes over here, and there's the float system in here. So for evaporation, or I have an automatic water change system going right now, so it's constantly adding water. And over here, you see there's a big line coming out. There's a big air stone hook there. I got the air turned off right now because it's cold here in Florida. But you can see barely, but there's a little line sticking in the water barely, maybe a quarter-inch, little quarter-inch tube, and it's siphoning water out all the time, and it dumps into the drains system behind this behind this tank. So right now I've got it set up to doing about a 25-gallon water change every day. So 25 gallons a day, every day water is being siphoned out, maybe a little more, a little less. New water going in every day. I haven't done a water change on this tank in probably, I don't know, 7-8 months, I guess. So I just let it run continuously. And everything, I check everything, and everything's looking good. The fish are really healthy. And that's my filtration system. And then this is the loaches. I've got a bunch of clowns. I got yo-yos. I got skunk loaches. I got zebra loaches. I've got the big blue ones with orange tails. I got a bunch of them. I got some big one in there actually. I got tiger loaches. A bunch of big tiger loaches. I got 4 fire eels. The biggest one's around 24 inches. The others are, 16, 18, and I got one in here maybe like 10. And I got a couple other loaches. I'm not quite sure what they're like. This guy, I'm not sure what the deal is with what he is, but he's actually a really cool loach. He's a little active too. And I've got some wood in here for some of the fish. The fire eels, all they want fed, but they just got fed yesterday, so they don't get none for a couple days. I got some of the big loaches are probably pushing 8-9 inches, some of these big fat ones. I got a whole bunch in between. There's a big guy right there. That's one of the big ones. Got some yo-yos. I got like a 4 or 5 inch yo-yo in there. Like I said, I got one of those blue ones. He's probably 7 inches. He's huge. He doesn't come out very often though. And then every size in between. I haven't really bought any fish in quite a while. Unless I see a little loach with a unique pattern, I'll pick him up. But other than that, I'm done. I just can't believe how big these things have gotten. I feed them pellets. I feed them chicken livers, which are their favorite. I buy at the grocery store. Beef heart, shrimp, and I usually let the tank go a day or two, at least one day a week, sometimes 2 days without any food, just let the tank settle down, let it get a little hungry. And they look good. Man, everybody's fat and sassy and happy, and so I don't know, it seems to be working for me. I haven't lost a fish in forever. I haven't had ick in, man, a year and a half probably. I had an outbreak a long time ago. I had a fish I had to get out of this tank, and I tried catching him, and I had to drain the thing, almost clear to the bottom to get him, to get him out. And when I filled it back up, I caught ick, man, but there was no other way of getting that fish out. And he was eating all he was getting big. He was starting to become a problem. But I actually didn't lose anybody. I just cranked up the temperature and hit it with a little salt. And I don't know, about a week or two later it was gone. I didn't feed the tank. Thought I was going to lose a few guys, but I did, and I got lucky. That's it. Any comments? I appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.